We will start from where we left off in the platform overview session and looking at Sales Cloud as the fundamental sales system for our sales activities. Then we're going to look at some CPQ functionality for advanced pricing and bundling. And then we're going to be looking at Experience Cloud, which then is going to provide us with that partner access to the system. So let's get right into it. Today's demo will look at two primary users who will use the core sales data, including converting lead information to account, contact, opportunity, and orders by going through different stages in the sales cycle. Our first user is Jane Smith, a sales rep at our demo company called Security Company Limited. And our second user is John Hammond, a sales rep at a partner company that sells products made by Security Company Limited. Salesforce provides internal users with two different user interface flavors to complete their CRM activities. I have logged in as Jane in Salesforce, and I can access sales information as different tabs that has been configured for her. Jane can view lead information, send an email, run reports, or check activities for account and contacts. In this case, I'm showcasing the details of a lead information available to Jane, and I am going to send an email directly from Salesforce to David, who is a prospect in this demo. I can either write the email manually or select a predefined template to populate the email content. I'm gonna just send an introduction email from Jane to David, but just before sending the email, I can preview the content of it to make sure that David receives the email correctly with the right information. I'm going to switch to Sales Cloud Console for the rest of this demo, as it provides a modern interface and an integration with my demo telephony system. This console also provides Jane with a single UI to handle multiple records without the need to redirect to another page. As you can see on the screen, Jane can access the same information, but she can now access the telephony integration to call David directly using Salesforce CTI. She can also take advantage of taking notes directly in Salesforce. And as you can see, as she's typing, it is saved against that record. So any of the other team members can come and see Jane's notes on David as lead. So then they can just continue the conversation. Jane is converting lead into account, contact, and opportunity, which allows Jane to create a new quote and start the conversation around pricing and negotiation of the contracts between the Security Company Limited and David's company, which is called Blues Entertainment Corporation. I'm inputting 24 months as the quote duration, starting from next month, February 2022. And the length of that quote, which is 2 years, is going to affect the managed services such as warranty or any other managed services that the Security Company Limited is providing as offerings. Jane is selecting some products from a specific price book. That can be a standard price book or partner price book, so you define that for your own business. So in this case, I've created 2 for this demo, and I am selecting multiple products for this specific quote. You can define your own product families, but in general, there are either a product that you can deliver and forget about it, or you can deliver a managed service that can be used over a period of time. Warranty in our case is a service product. Another thing to think about is bundles. So Salesforce CPQ provides you with bundles to include multiple products into a single bundle, and you can create bundles based on different type of products you offer to your clients. Quote Product Selector provides users with filters and favorites, so then they can choose the right product easily. In this example, Jane is adding warranty as one of the items she uses often to her favorite section. So next time when she's working with another quote, she can access the warranty item without going through the full list of products. The next step of the quotation is to create a document to provide David with. So that can be a quote document that provides all the links. It can contain your terms and conditions. It can also be a place that customers can go and sign it digitally. So in this demo, what I'm trying to show is a standard quote document with a signature area. And as I save this record, it's going to generate the document for me, and you can also preview it. While that is being previewed, you can also open up a new record without losing access to the last tab you had, and that's the power of Sales Console. Let's get back to the document and look at the details. So there is the company information, there is ship to, ship from, there is the email of the sales rep, in this case Jane, and there is the customer information. Because all that information is already available in your CRM, printing it is as simple as clicking a button. And there is an area for electronic signature, so there are lots of apps that provide that capabilities within Salesforce. So you can send a quote and allow customers to sign it in their own time. And as it is signed, you can also make an automated process to order the products automatically. In this case, I'm just clicking the order checkbox manually, but you can automate that. And as soon as the products have been ordered, there's going to be a new record that outlines the order and also the order items that can work with your ERP of choice. So going back to the opportunity, another option that you have in the Salesforce Sales Cloud is working with contracts. This information can be created automatically after e-signature. I'm just creating it manually by checking that checkbox as contracted. And if I go down to the contract section, you can see the system has created a contract, copied the quote length into the contract length, and it's going to have a status which is draft, but then you can go through your contract life cycle and make sure that it matches what your business needs. The next part of this demo is what happens if Jane receives a call using telephony. So I'm just simulating that process using that button. And as Jane receives a new call, the system automatically recognizes the number. And if that number matches a contact in the system, it's going to bring it up automatically as a new tab. And then Jane has the option of either accepting or rejecting the call. And Jane is accepting it and is receiving the information provided by David. And whatever note she's taking, it's going to be saved against that contact record. So when Jane is on annual leave, her team members can access the same information. Jane can also use history to go back to any tabs she has been using or any specific record she has been working with, or just mark them as favorites so then she can go back to them easily in future. I'm going to stop her journey here so then I can showcase the partner company's journey. And the way I've set it up is a parent company called Kingfisher, and that parent company owns some sub companies called B&Q on a Screw Fix. And in B&Q there are lots of branches. In the demo user we are using the Holloway branch, and for the user we are using, who is called John Hammond, and he is a sales rep working for B&Q selling Security Company Limited products. So let me bring my tablet on screen and open up the browser. Salesforce provides you with a portal that is called Experience Cloud, or it used to be called Community Cloud. And that portal can be accessed publicly, as you can see for John. And I'll be logging in as him into the portal and see what information is available to him. So John has logged into Security Company Limited's portal, and he can provide the system with the same exact information that Jane had access to. So John has a few leads that he's working with, and he's going to choose one of them to look at the information. As you can see, that the UI has changed a little bit to make sure it's mobile first approach. So it's the same exact content, but just shown differently based on the device you're using. And in this case, I'm going to go to the edit lines for a specific quote John was working with to just show you the difference between adding a quote using a mobile device versus adding it in a web browser. So as John opens up a quote, now you have two different tabs, whereas it was a long list of items to choose from. So Salesforce provides this out of the box, and any apps you purchase from Salesforce, they indicate if they are Lightning experience ready or not, which then provides you with that mobile friendly use case. John can also access the quote document generation functionality that Jane had access to. But what I'm going to show you in a sec is that John has different information printed on the quote document. And what that means is, because Salesforce knows who you are, you've logged in, and what type of data you're accessing, it can be intelligent enough to go and change the template and put the right information on the document you're generating. And in this case, instead of saying security company limited, it changes the header, changes the sales rep information, and you can really shape this however you need for your business. This is just a demonstration of what you can achieve when you have the right data captured in the system. And John then can print this record or send it to the client directly, just the way that Jane did. The next item I wanted to cover is branding. So I have configured this a specific instance of Salesforce to match the demo that I wanted to showcase, but you can completely change this to match your business needs. That can be as simple as changing a logo and a color theme that you see on the screen, or it can be a redesign of the whole portal using HTML and CSS. And the very last thing I wanted to cover is the components on the screen. You can easily change them. You can have different layouts that would match your specific needs and your branding. But everything you see is configurable, and the way I've configured it, I used an existing demo instance and I started to configure it. But based on your business needs, you can completely redesign this to match exactly how you want it to look. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And in the next episodes, we will be looking at industry-specific solutions and how new data points can extend the existing Sales Cloud functionality for your specific industry.